In the 7 years I have reviewed Diecast, I've had the pleasure of reviewing mostly of the NASCAR 164s. I have also had the privilege of reviewing some of the finest IndyCar Diecasts from Greenlight Collectibles. I think now it is time to expand the horizons once again and go on to the Hot Wheels IMSA spec cars. Yes. This is a diecast review on the Hot Wheels Open Track Series. This is car number 5 out of 5, and this is on the GT3 Audi R8 LMS. This is not an official livery or an official scheme of any particular car, but it is the actual casting for the Audi R8 LMS. Now, if you follow IMSA or any kind of GT3 competition in Europe or Australia, you are very familiar with this car. It is quite frankly a staple on the GT3 category or GT Daytona category. You may well know this car because of the Land Motorsport number 29 car. This is also the car that the Star Wars team drives, and now I believe the number 19 Audi is also on the grid full-time, I believe, for this year. I'm not mistaken. And also Magnus used to be an Audi, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it used to be an Audi last year. So, this is, quite frankly, a very cool car, and, you know, I've seen this on track numerous times, and let me tell you, I think out of all the GT3 cars, this is one of my personal favorites. I mean, in GT3 racing, you got some really high-class cars. I mean, you got the Porsche 911, you got the Mercedes, which the Mercedes is the oldest car in existence in GT3 right now. I believe it's a 2016 Mercedes AMG car on the grid. You also got the BMW M6, I believe. I think it's called the M6. You also got the Ferrari, I'm forgetting a couple of cars. Hold on here. It was the Audi, the Porsche, BMW. Audi, Porsche, BMW. Let's see, Mercedes, and you have the. Oh, I'm forgetting a couple of them. Crap. There's quite a few of them. I know that. And also, the Acura. How did I forget the Acura, you dumbass? God almighty, that's one of the more beautiful looking GT3 cars, Noonan. God. Now I'm going to flip through my photo book to see if I'm forgetting anything else. But, oh yeah, the Lexus. Forgot about the Lexus. The Lamborghinis, can't forget them. Just all a bunch of beautiful cars in GT3 competition. I'm hoping they make quite a few more of these. I mean, all these cars are just absolutely fascinating. But the Audi R8 LMS is just one in particular that I really enjoy on the track. And, you know, I just love the way it looks. It's a very clean and simply designed car. Especially one of these beauties right here. And we're going to go over the Audi R8 LMS in this review. And one thing that's cool about Audi, and before I'll tell another story before I begin this review. Audi likes to do a little bit of fun things with their cars. Each Audi on the track, each chassis is actually named. If you look at the Audi for Land Motorsport, that car's named Peggy Sue. If you look at the Star Wars car, her name is Claudia. And I was known that name through Ryan Dial. I went to go over to the Star Wars paddock for the autograph session, and he told me, oh, you know, we have Claudia on the car this year. I'm like, well, you know, I'm used to seeing that sex symbol on the car as Peggy Sue. Which, and what I mean by sex symbol, I'm going to pull out one of my photographs. There she is. Right on the C-pillar, right on the rear, by the rear window. Yeah, by the way, that's one of... Oh, come on. Get it right, Rob. See, that's my photograph taken at Sebring. The camera's kind of... The glare is a little bit crappy, I know that. And there she is. Imagine making a Hot Wheels diecast with that thing on it. My God, that would not pass PC ratings, my friends. But I would love to get a Spark model of one of these cars. So let's just pretend that I have a really overly expensive Spark model. But in all reality, I only pay $5 for this at Target. And also, okay, so let's pull some of these out. So we got the Acura, the Mercedes, and the Audi, and of course the Mercedes-Benz, and the Nissan Skyline GTR. These are all going to be fun cars to collect. This is all the cars you can collect in the set. And what my ultimate dream is, I hope that one day they make full IMSA deliveries of all these cars, because all these are just absolutely fantastic. And let's yank it out. You know, this is the first time I'm pulling out one of these special Hot Wheels cars out of their packaging. So my first impression is, well, I'm feeling the car right now, and let me tell you, that is a lot of detail. It is very heavy in weight. I mean, the type of metal that's on this car, I mean, of course, it's die-cast metal, but it's particularly heavy. I mean, this is probably heavier than a Spark 143rd, because Spark makes Risen models, and Risen is a much lighter material, almost like a carbon fiber-like material compared to die-cast metal. But this is 100% die-cast metal. One thing that's really unique about the Audi R8s is the wing. If you may recognize this wing shape, if you are getting vibes of the Honda Aero kits for IndyCar, you may have guessed right. That's what they look like. The back bumper of this car, the overall look at this car is just simply amazing. Look at this car from the rear and the front. I mean, this is one of the more beautifully designed GT3 cars on the grid, if you really ask me. That's my honest opinion about this thing. And it looks like for $5, they got this mold like nailed to like every single detail. Holy crap, am I impressed. The wheels can be a little better. Yeah. The wheels, they need some work on that. The metal, the die-cast metal itself. Oh, by the way, yes, this is an aero-dependent car. And of course, you know, with all aero-dependent cars, there's going to be a plain old undertray underneath it. There's going to be no exhaust work or any kind of parts and pieces underneath it. On an aero car like this thing, it's going to be all... It's all a flatbed, not flatbed, it's all a floorboard right there. Everything electronic is all inside the not in the cockpit, but inside right here. It's a rear engine car, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Is it? Yeah, it looks like a rear engine car. This is oh my god, this is beautiful. And the front of the car, they absolutely nailed. Look at that. The casting is unbelievable. Unbelievable. The really only decals you see on this car are number 1, Audi R8 LMS. Just look at that. Oh god, they nailed that. This, for $5 you pay for this. I mean, the wheels can be worked on, but this is overall, they get an A out of me on this one. This is incredible. I wish, though, however, they would have Peggy Sue on the C-pillar. Imagine a little Peggy Sue on the car. That would get all the little kiddies curious. What's she doing on the pole, Daddy? You'll learn it when you get older, son. Number 1, Audi Sport. And of course, my Google Chats is going like crazy. You got the Audi logo on the back bumper. Of course, the Audi sticker on the rear wing plate. Overall, fantastic looking scheme. And this scheme kind of reminds me of a... hang on a second, I'm going to close all my chats here. Close them all out and close out of Google. Let's see about that. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. My lovely friends over at the podcast chat are chatting way over there. But this paint scheme or livery kind of reminds me of the Porsche scheme. It almost reminds me of the Porsche official scheme, because you got the white main background. You got a silver bumper, or almost a chrome bumper. You really can't see in the light here, but there's differential between these two colors. Front bumper is mainly colored white. The chassis overall is colored red, and the splitter's colored red. I wonder what's a bigger splitter, the Audi R8 or the NASCAR Cup cars. Jeez. The side has a nice little door, and that, oh my god, they just appreciate the craftsmanship of this car. They got this casting nailed down, man. This door looks like it could open, except it can't. Let's see, the roof is all colored with red stripe, outlined in white stripes, outlined in a gray background mainly. God almighty, this is fantastic. Back bumpers, man, they're all colored white, but you got a nice little red chassis or kind of exhaust pipes out there. Beautiful. These look fantastic. Let me tell you something. They just nailed this casting right here. I mean, they got the fuel cell properly. They probably should put it on the left side because some IMSA races, I believe, have pit road on the left side, but that's a nitpicky, kind of a nerdy-ish type of thing I got going on there. But overall, they get a 10 out of 10 on the casting. Like I said, the tires can really be worked on. That needs work, but overall, they did a fantastic job. To think that they can produce a car for $5 is absolutely incredible. In fact, what's the material made out of this car? It's almost like a hard plastic. It's not like, no, a soft plastic. It's not like, you know, like the Cup cars are. This is like a really soft, like plastic, almost like a rubbery type of deal. And it looks like this thing rolls well too. Let's see. Yeah, this thing rolls pretty well. You know, if you're like me and you're like my age and you want to have kids and you know you want to have your kids have a little IMSA stop motion series, or you want to have like run the little IMSA cars on the playroom rug, you know, the Audi R8 is definite to have on the grid. This is a definite car to have on your IMSA GT lineup here. Fantastic looking paint scheme, fantastic casting. They nailed it. I mean, for $5, I am amazed at the quality of these things. I really think I should collect them all, honestly. All of these just look fantastic, and I think that they did a great job on this. Stunning looking car. I mean, if you look at from the front here, you can almost vision the Land Motorsport Audi coming at you. And of course, when it's going away, you can envision something like the Star Wars car going away, and you're taking a shot of the car going away from you. Looks fantastic. I love it. Not really much else I can say about this car, except for if you see one on the shelves, I would pick it up. What I would do is I would buy a copy and get it signed by all the Audi drivers on the IMSA grid, because when you go to IMSA races, there's a full field autograph session that's free to the public. Take it over to the Star Wars team, have Ryan DL and the gang, them all sign it. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably buy a second copy of this car, and I'm going to have Ryan DL and the gang sign it. I mean, this is incredible. I love this car. And of course, they'll appreciate it too if you buy an Audi product. The only thing I wish next time though, Hot Wheels, put Peggy Sue on there, or Claudia. Make them feel special. Comment, like, and subscribe. And this is Race Day 2011 reminding you to join the fight to stop bullying. It gets better. All the Diecast kid is saying is give peace a chance.